Hello dear Sapphires, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today's reflection is on something that sits right at the heart of human growth: open-mindedness. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Yet it's one of the hardest things for us to truly live by. Because being open-minded isn't about agreeing with everything, it's about allowing space for understanding, curiosity, and compassion to breathe. An open mind says, I may not have all the answers. It listens to learn, not to win. It allows new information to land before judgment takes the wheel. Being open-minded doesn't mean we abandon our values. It means we hold them lightly enough that truth can refine them. But what happens when we're not open-minded? Well, when we close our minds, we also close the door to possibility. We become rigid, protective, and sometimes even fearful. We start to believe that our way is the only way, and that's where misunderstanding begins. A closed mind says, I already know, it's always been this way, those people are wrong. And slowly that tightness builds walls between us, walls that block wisdom, empathy, and connection. And the tragedy is, closed minds rarely know that they're closed. Closed-mindedness can show up in many forms. Dismissing someone before they've finished speaking, judging a person's choices without knowing their story, refusing to admit we might have misunderstood, or even avoiding conversations that challenge us because it's easier to stay comfortable than to grow. It's a trap of certainty which keeps our humanity small. So when we encounter a closed mind, how do we keep our centre when someone else refuses to open theirs? It depends on the context, but in every situation, respect is the key. So, for example, in daily life, with family, friends and strangers, sometimes closed-mindedness shows up at the checkout, in traffic, or around the dinner table. In these moments, the best approach isn't persuasion, it's peace. Stay kind but firm in your truth. Let silence speak when words won't reach. Don't absorb another's rigidity and reflect calmness instead, because open energy can often disarm a closed energy. Every time we meet a closed mind, Spirit is giving us a chance to practice our own openness, to learn patience, grace, and discernment. We don't need to force doors open. We simply need to stand in light, knock with the truth, and let divine timing do the rest. So why does openness matter? Well, when we open our minds, even a little, life begins to surprise us again. We see people, not categories. We find solutions where before there was only sides. We become more adaptable, more forgiving, and more free. A wonderful reminder of this came recently through my local MP, Greg Fleming. I reached out to him about something close to my heart, and instead of brushing it off or sending a formal line, he simply responded with kindness and openness. That's what true leadership looks like. Not power over, but openness toward. And that moment reminded me that open-mindedness begins with one simple act: choosing to listen. So perhaps ask yourself today, where might I be a little closed without realizing it? Is there someone or something I could have seen with fresh eyes, maybe? Because the more we are open, the more we can evolve. And that openness doesn't change our perspective, it changes our peace, and it can even change our lives. Let me know in the comments if you've got any other ideas or examples on how to be open-minded and how to better navigate dealing with a closed mind as well. Righto, wishing you all a fabulous weekend. Lots of love. Bye for now.